Buck and Wiley, Greg Jennings, and Michael Vick are back. Let's move to Arizona, where the #1 overall pick, Kyler Murray, is gearing up for his much-anticipated rookie season. A lot of people have questioned how the undersized Murray will adapt to the NFL. But as Kyler just told the NFL Network Steve Smith, he sees himself following in the footsteps of another highly mobile quarterback.
You get to play quarterback for the Arizona Cardinals.
What player you going to put on your jersey, you're going to say, you know what, let me channel my inner...
I think growing up, Mike Vick, the way we run, shorter stature, being able to move, you know, the way he did. He's really like Michael Jordan. Like, to me, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what he was.
All right, well, we can go straight to the horse's mouth.
What we here for?
Is this smart? Should he model himself after you? And if so, which Michael Vick? Atlanta Michael Vick or Philly Michael Vick?
Philadelphia Michael Vick, hands down, with a little bit of Atlanta sprinkled in because, look, those are some special times, and I'm pretty sure that he's going to create some special moments. Look, I'm excited for this kid. I think he's going to be a great quarterback as he grow, you know, as he gets experience, and I honestly can say that he's going to be a lot harder to deal with than I was because, you know, I'm a little taller than him, you know, bigger stature. His stature is totally different. It's more so of a model like Russell Wilson, you know, and I think Russell did a great job of protecting himself, you know, getting in between the tackles and playing the game and protecting himself and still being effective in the passing game. This kid is really polished in the passing game coming out of college, and that's his upside. That's his upside, and then everything that he's going to be able to do from a mobility standpoint will just complement his game, and he's going to be one of the biggest problems the NFL has seen in a long time from an offensive standpoint to the defensive opposition.
Especially in today's game, how they protect the quarterback differently. So, and then the fact that we know that the numbers have grown in part of that protection and how you have now accent that position. Look, it's a perfect blueprint. Dual threat played against you, Mike, obviously knowing your capabilities in scouting. And I would say it's a blueprint. You know why it's a blueprint? Because you can build up on it. Any blueprint you get, you roll it out, then you start constructing even more so on there. And I'm going to say this, as you have said it before, a fully singularly focused Michael Vick that is fully prepared and did all his homework, all the checks and stuff before, not just... Look, I'm Mike Vick. I can roll out of bed, baby.
That was Atlanta.
That was Atlanta, right?
Yeah.
You give all of those moments and attributes to this guy and say, build on that.
Oh, my.
It's next level.
Scary, man.
I'm with you, and it's cool to hear you say he can be even more because I'm with him. When it comes to running quarterbacks, you're the Michael Jordan of it all. Like, you started this. This is why these guys are able to have this opportunity, but he is more polished because of the passing attack that he was involved in the collegiate game. And so you take that and you put him now with guys around him that are sure-handed, that you know we can depend on, the Larry Fitzgeralds, the David Johnsons, these guys offensively that already will take you to another level that eliminates and alleviates some of the pressure that you have as a young quarterback. I mean, I'm going to be surprised if he's not being talked about as Mike Vick.
You need to check your phone because Randall Cunningham just texted you. Steve Young might hit you up, too. I mean,
it's all good.
I love me some Vick, but I saw him before Vick. Don't do that.
Not the way that man over there
he
did.
took it to another level.
Exactly.
Steve Young and Randall Cunningham were out there tilting, too, now.
This kid is just going to be something like we've never seen before. And look, I love Lamar Jackson. I love what he brings to the table. He's in the right position with, you know, as far as coaching talent around him and defense, which will complement him. But this guy, Kyler Murray, is going to be able to carry this team on his back for years on end. Trust what I'm saying. It's going to be a different look. I'm excited.
I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be completely transparent. I have a bias, Mike, against short quarterbacks. I apologize up front. Grew up with Jeff George. But the advantage this kid has that I don't think we've seen off the top of my head from a black quarterback, he's a second-generation quarterback. His dad was a high-level college player and pro prospect. I think that's going to give him a great advantage. But I want to follow up and ask you this, Mike. Joel Klatt, our college football expert and analyst, calls the games for us. He has been on this show and has said everywhere, and it blew me away the first time I heard it, and I want your reaction. He swears up and down Kyler Murray is a more explosive runner than you.
Listen.
Put me in this position. I'll fight my way out of it.
You know, sometimes you don't want to talk about yourself, or you don't want to, you know, talk down on yourself.
Do it. You hear though. Let's hear it.
Listen, this kid, when I'm vouching for him because I think he's going to be more explosive in between the hashes. I mean, because of his stature.
His build. He's like a build. He's built like a running back.
It's hard to see. It's hard to game plan for. The kid might end up having the guy. You know, might have the rushing record. You know, when his time is up. I'm telling you, he's going to threaten that. Cam is right behind me. He's going to threaten that, and he's going to be really good doing this.
I'm glad he softened it. Because I was about to tell you, Mike, I saw Kyler Murray play, and I was like,
I'm telling you, man.
We get bigger, faster, stronger, right? Usually, right? And Mike,
I love the evolution of the game, and whatever statue, bring it.
He may have the same cylinders you do, but when you give it to him in this version versus your version, it's gonna impact the defense differently. And I think, but like you said, between the hashes, this is what happens. Two things. One, when the little guys come, you're like, dang, his feet, they're so quick.
Yes.
How many times he can take a step within a yard?
That's what I noticed when in the beginning of the program, when they were showing the highlights, is that, you know, I'm taking longer strides.
You're taking longer strides.
Short, choppy strides, and he's just getting the way he need to be. I mean, we've seen the play in practice. That's what we're going to see.
And every one of those short strides is another attempt and another opportunity to change directions. That's tougher. And two, as a defender, 6'4", it's cute in the first quarter to go against tall guys. It's ugly as hell in the fourth quarter against these short guys.
When you can't see him.
You can't see him. Down to get him. Oh, it's going to be hell to pay in the fourth quarters.
I love it.
I'm starting to be sold on Kyler Murray. And again, I have a bias. You know, I think Drew Brees, to me, throws some unnecessary interceptions because he's not 6'3". That's the typical quarterback. But I do think this kid being second generation, and then it's almost like having Darren Sproles or Barry Sanders playing quarterback with the movement and things like that. I think that's going to be very difficult.
More explosive Russell Wilson.
Yes.
More explosive Russell, you know, with the competency to match it. I mean, he's in an offense where I think he doesn't have to learn much. Larry Fitzgerald's already vouched for him that he's picking everything up, and he's like a natural-born leader. The kid's ready to go, man. I can't wait to watch him this year.
It's going to be exciting to watch him because one thing that allows a young athlete or a young talent to propel right away is being in the locker room where your elder statesmen are saying, hey, go get it. And being in the locker room with a guy like Larry Fitzgerald and those guys who are giving him the nod of, let's go, this is your team now, is going to take him to a completely different level because your confidence is now like, man, Fitz is telling me to do it? I got to make it happen.
Right.
All right, coming up, Julio Jones says he's done with the preseason. We'll tell you if it's the right move. TV's hottest look at social media. Earth!